First, I started this thing as a photo instead of a video. Then, I didn't hit record. There goes Perry, speed demon. Who's this? Poppy. And Percy is out here too, somewhere. This mess, they have ripped up the road. Down there is the road that I walk the cats on because it's much better for them. Up here is the road that I actually live on, which I shouldn't advertise. Anyway, the road I live on, they are replacing the water line or something. I don't know. It's horrible. This is the third week. The water that's coming out of the taps is bubbling because they have clearly got some sort of air situation going on with the water. The cats won't even drink it. The cats will drink puddles that are 90% oil slicks. I don't know. Oh, here's another torn up road. Dude, when I was in Hawaii and there were cracks in the road from the earthquake, it wasn't as bad as walking around here. Okay, so clearly I'm in a bitchy type mood. Sorry about that. So what is going on in my life? Yesterday, which was, I guess, technically a day and a half ago now, I decided to walk my 5K route. Now, if you've been around, then you know, for like 3 years straight, I decided I'm going to run a half marathon. And I did eventually do it. I don't know where these cats are. They're out playing. Oh, plus I'm sure you can hear the peepers. They're obnoxious. Anyway, I did finally run a half marathon. So, last year, after I had COVID, or whatever, and, I mean, it's whatever. After I got, I had a collapsed lung, a partially collapsed lung. So after that situation, I said, oh, I should start running again. And it did not go well. I had some sort of massive injury. I think I actually had a stress fracture in my foot. So I was hobbled. So I was like, yeah, forget this. Also, it was freaking boring. I don't know how I did it. Complete lie. I know exactly what it was. And I had a therapist, my last therapist, who was adamant that I run or bike or something. He used to be this is such a long story. This is a deep dive. He used to be a personal trainer. So he was like, yes, you need to be super active and you need to lose weight. Probably both are good things. He was pushing it. He was really pushing it. Anyway, I mean, y'all have heard. My therapist they become like friends. Perry's way down there. I don't think you can see him. He is under the street light. Oh, do you see him moving? I don't know. I can see him moving. He's orange. He's hard to see at this time of night. Anyway, so I was told that I should start running again. and I had an injury, and I couldn't. Lungs were good, even though I'd had a collapsed lung and was very ill. Lungs were not the issue. The issue was the feet. Anyway, yesterday I decided to basically walk my 5K route, and here's what I found out. What I thought was a 5K route was not, because it turned out to be about 7 miles altogether, which is closer to a 10K. Yikes. So who knows, maybe, I don't remember when I did I don't know, it's possible I went further than a half marathon, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm a little beat up from that. If I sort of had a minor, terrible, horrible victory at work, here comes Perry. I can see him because he's sort of humping along. I shouldn't put it that way, but that's what it is. He's hopping along. Let's put it that way. Let's go find the ghost. Anyway, the problem with work is always that you have, management, supervisors, etc. Unless you're 100% self-employed, which has a completely different set of parameters, which I've done that too. Then you basically have to be a salesman to your own wonderfulness, which is the complete opposite of what somebody with avoidant personality disorder, their existence is. One of these guys is right behind me, I think. It's Poppy. He's my big guy. He's the one that needs to walk anyway. It's getting cold out here. Anyway, I have one supervisor who is basically on a power trip and power hungry and just really liked ordering people around and was really screwing things up in the process. And yet the confidence, I don't know, man. You see these people and it's just like, how do you not have any self-awareness whatsoever? You need it every once in a while, but come on, Pop. He wants me to wait. This is the oak tree where the squirrels chuck acorns down on us. Are you coming or what, dude? He's whining. Let's see if I can get some light. I can see his eyes. Turn off. There. Anyway, but yeah. So anyway, my annoying boss, okay, she wasn't my boss. She was just a supervisor, but let's be real, she thought she was the boss. That was one of her big issues. Basically, she would fight with the actual boss to the point where it was clearly insubordination. Has been demoted and is only working 1 or maybe 2 days a week, which is brilliant. So, real life, you can wait out your evil bosses. You don't need to quit. So that's good news as far as I'm concerned. But the walking thing is one of the reasons I'm out here tonight, because yikes. Oh, there's my boys. There's Poppy. There's Perry, but you really can't see him. Pear! Look this way, you can at least see his eyes. He's there, I swear. Anyway, there it is. I have sort of had a revelation. Maybe, I don't know, something I realize I'm doing. I was talking to somebody else about your life can absolutely suck. You can't see a way out. All this have hope crap is just like a slap in the face. At best, there is some critter in the street. I think it's a cat. It might be a fox. Might be a possum. Let's find out. It's running that way. I think it is a fox. I don't like foxes. I know there are some people who think they're very cute and very social. As far as I'm concerned, a social fox is a rabid fox. Yikes. But anyway, it already ran away, whatever it was. So, yeah. I do think that one of the reasons people think that avoidant personality disorder sort of doesn't affect people as much once they get older, I mean, that's crap, is rather they find things that work for them and sort of stick with those things that makes things better instead of insisting on following the social norm of, oh, I need to get a mortgage and I need to get married and I need to do this. I mean, there's a want, and a lot of people want, say, to have a relationship. But then again, there's the other side. I mean, I've seen people who've gotten married just because they're a certain age and they're supposed to get married, and the social pressure to get married is actually stronger than anything that would keep them, like, sanity. Let's see if you can see these guys. You can see their eyes. That would keep them from actually getting married. And it doesn't actually override avoidant personality disorder, but it might seem like that. I mean, when something actually overrides avoidant personality disorder, it ends up being positive for you. It's what you actually wanted if you could just chuck it. And that happens when stress hits a boiling point. It's like a volcano. It suddenly explodes, and suddenly, the caldera of the volcano doesn't matter anymore. You're going to, have your lava go over the edge. It's kind of exactly the same. Coming up on the ghost area. That your need to get whatever you need is so strong that even though you've got these limitations of the avoidant personality disorder, you're not limited by it. You can't be limited. You need to get what you need. That's radically different from social dictations that this is how you're supposed to do your life. And I know a lot of people who've gotten married to the first person that's like slightly interested just because they need to get married because that's the rules. It's time. And no ghost. Hey, Pop. Pop, where's the ghost? I know. Maybe he's all worn out from the last time we were here. Come on, let's go walk over. Anyway, there's people who do something like, it's time to get married, let's get married. And it actually makes their life worse. Pop? Ooh. Okay, we're going this way. Maybe he'll follow. I don't like that. I mean, at some point, seriously, I'm going to go into those woods. Not tonight. It's too damn cold. I don't know where Poppy went. Anyway, so giving into this is what you're supposed to do doesn't work for almost anybody. Those lights look so weird on this camera. Anyway, don't do that. But it appears that what I've been doing is exactly the thing. I really am sort of trying to be linear here. It's not working, but I'm trying. Somebody was like, wow, my life is better. My life is better. And I'm like, your life is better because you're making all these choices and doing all these things for yourself. Come on, Pop. There's Perry. I don't know where Percy is, but then I can never find him anyway because he's such a good camouflager. Hey, Purr. Come on, guy. Look at you rolling in the street. Being silly boy. Anyway, it appears that that's what I've been doing too. Is going back to these things that have worked in the past and seeing if I can integrate them all. And maybe if I do all of the good things all together, it's like that the sum is greater than the parts, that maybe, I don't know. The running thing, I knew exactly why it worked. It worked because at the time I was being hounded, let's put it that way, by lots of people. And I was constant, I just didn't know, at any given moment, day or night, and I am talking 24 hours a day, I could get a call, this happened and we need you. Your mother's in the hospital. She loved to go to the ER overnight. What, Pop? Come on. Can you see him yet? There he is. And there's Perry behind him. Can you see Perry? Probably not, because Perry is orange. Can you see Perry yet? Anyway, so the point of running, I've said this before, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, was, you can see Perry, that I had an hour or whatever it was when I didn't have my phone, and so I couldn't be called for whatever emergency was happening. Here he comes. See what I mean by him humping along? That's what you get when you only have 3 legs, bud. Hi. Uh-oh, look. Poppy's getting away from us. We should go, dude. Come on. There he goes. Rolling in the street. So I don't know. I think the running did not work. There he is. Will not work ever. Like it was brilliant for a while there. But I think what might work is sort of giving myself the challenge. I mean, what I did was, first I did C to 5K, then I did C to 10K, then I did their plan for the half marathon. And I mean, it was regimented. It was, this is the number of miles that you're going to run on this day, and this is the day off, and everything else. I mean, it worked like a charm because I wasn't doing much of anything else, so I could really take my life and warp it around that. But as boring as it is, and it is boring to be out for an hour I mean, at least I don't have the ruminating thoughts like I did. I mean, what my ruminating thoughts is this is really boring. Where did Perry go? He's probably right beside me or behind me. Christmas lights still. Come on now. Here he comes. Anyway, I think it's super boring. Even though it's kind of beautiful where I run or walk or whatever. And running would like cut it by at least a third, if not half the time. So, thinking about it, even though it beat me up, man. It beat me up. Yeah, I was sore after the one day.